Welcome to StonerCast, your official deep dive into Columbus Clingstones baseball. As the AA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, the Clingstones are building the future of baseball in the A, and we're here to bring you closer to it all. Get the inside look at what makes this team and this community so special. This is StonerCast. Here's your hosts, Ricky and Dave.
Welcome into StonerCast, guys. We're so glad you joined us today. I'm your host, Ricky Rogers, joined by, as always, my co-host, Dave Norris, all the way from Pell City, Alabama. Welcome, Dave.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Ricky, how are you today, man? I know you had a long night last night. Glad to see you today.
I did a little filming work for the GIAA softball state tournament down at the softball stadium and down at South Commons. It was a long day. We started at 8 o'clock. We went to about 10 o'clock last night, but I was able to ultimately see Calvary Christian School win their first softball state championship in the GIAA. So it was pretty cool. So local girls and everybody that knows me knows that I'm a graphic designer and do apparel. And to see Calvary win it in uniforms that I designed was pretty sweet too. So.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. That is very awesome.
So, again, StonerCast, we want to bring you all the behind-the-scenes Clingstones information that we can. And we do that through player interviews, front office staff, game day staff. However we can get you that information, we do it. And today we're going to be joined by a critical component to the game day atmosphere at Synovus Park. All that yummy food that you ate during the season, all the yummy food that you're looking forward to for next season, it's not made possible without somebody that can cook it and can create the recipes. So we're thrilled to be joined by Chef Matt today. And, we put it out there asking for questions for him. You guys came through. You brought us some great fan questions that we're going to get to ask him a little bit later. We're also going to have a special guest join us in this interview here in just a little while. So, without further ado, let's bring on Chef Matt Martin, executive chef for Oakview Group, who is the contractor for concessions and hospitality at Synovus Park. Welcome, Chef Matt.
Guys, how y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me.
Doing great. Glad to have you, Matt.
Appreciate it. Glad I could be here.
Chef, talk to us about your journey to becoming an executive chef, and mention any mentors or specific moments that you had, that lit the fuse to start your path to this career.
I initially went to college on tennis scholarship and enjoyed playing tennis, just didn't enjoy the academic side. And that's kind of where I knew I needed to find something to do other than sit and listen and try to get something done. I can't operate like that. So here we are. I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to hone some skills. I enjoyed cooking. I guess just being around, just being exposed to different food from a young age. I mean, my grandmother was Lebanese, and my other grandmother was just as Southern as could be. So I kind of got the best of both worlds whenever I was with them. And I've had some great mentors along the way. And it started out just in Atlanta, and then been on from Lake Tahoe to Savannah, and I've just been around and owned my own restaurant for a number of years as well. So, I don't know if I got off topic there, but yeah. So I just enjoy it and I love it. So,
I was lucky enough to live in Savannah for a brief time in my younger years. Which restaurant did you work at there?
Toucan Cafe.
I remember Toucan Cafe.
Yeah, so I helped Steve Maguia start that when it was in a strip mall, and then he was able to build 5 years later, able to build that $1.5 million restaurant over off of Millage. It was off of Big Street. So, we started that, and then Steve went on to do sweet potatoes and a few other, and so Steve was a big mentor to me for sure.
Awesome. So your employer, Oakview Group, they are the partner with the Diamond Baseball Holdings at Synovus Park. They also partner with several other minor league baseball venues that Diamond Baseball Holdings owns to provide the food, beverage, hospitality services. So tell us about the process of you being handed the keys to the ship at Synovus Park. And the decision to come to Columbus and be able to really set the standard for food service for this brand new team with a brand new fan base. I'm not going to say a brand new stadium. I'm going to say a beautifully renovated Golden Park, because the stadium is very much the shell of Golden Park, with some lipstick on it for sure.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful place. I was grateful to be part of it. I think most of our enthusiasm comes from just wanting to make sure that our expectations of fans are met, and along with our agreements with DBH, and I mean we want to meet and supersede all of our expectations with our fan base and our business partners. Handling this was a little bit different. I come from privately owned hotel, resort, country club type environments, as opposed to baseball. I have been exec chef of a college before. We did have a baseball team, but we didn't have 3,000 to 4,000 fans coming out 6 nights a week to enjoy it. A beautiful park and a great team either, in a good environment. So it was daunting at first. Dropped the ball a few times, but I think we got it together over the end of this. Over the end of this season, it all came together. It's been definitely nothing that I've done, or I think it's more just been everybody's team effort to bring it together.
For sure.
Chef, while having the traditional ballpark food available for the traditionalists, you've also had some amazing specialty items available. How difficult is it for you to balance providing traditional ballpark style foods while also having items available made with your own culinary skills?
Well, that's a great question. I think it just, I think it stems from, just being well versed in different types of food, and having my own restaurant at one point for a number of years. I changed the menu every day for 3.5 years. It was every single day. It would be just no more than 15 items, no less than 5 items. And it would just, the only thing that really stayed the same were the French fries cooked in duck fat. That was just a staple that everybody loved to come and have duck fat fries. But
good.
They were delicious. Yeah. It was so that I think that's what I love. I love that challenge. I thrive in that challenge and that environment and that atmosphere. I look forward to more changes next year, more frequent changes, right? So we've got a great fan base. We've got a great audience, and I think that in order to keep things fresh and fun, we're going to have that going on. Just to change up a little bit more often.
So now that the inaugural season has wrapped up, I'm sure you kind of have a clearer picture of what Clingstones fans love the most. And then maybe some items that they didn't love as much. What were a few of the more popular items that you guys sold at the park this season?
I think definitely the specialty burgers, when we had the maple bacon with the
donut.
Yeah, definitely that was a big one. That was a good hit, I think.
Yeah,
people like that. People like the chicken sandwich with the chow chow and the collard greens. Or what do we have? No, we didn't have the collard greens. We did, didn't we? Do we have the collard greens on that sandwich or no?
The chicken sandwich, I think, was chow chow and bacon, I think, was on it.
Chow chow and bacon, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
right. So that was like a Low Country Club sandwich I would do, like outside of that with the molasses gas streak. So we left the collard greens off as a test run. People seemed to enjoy it. That's it. That's it. Good one. Yeah. So that one's a good one. The chow chow. I think the Fountain City burger was good. The pizzas, though, the pizzas were good. One of my favorite pizzas was the gorgonzola with the truffle honey.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and the arugula. Just that one. Yeah, that one. That one
was
right there.
I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tasty mile right there, I believe.
So I'll tell you a funny story. I'm from the South, born, bred, raised, never left.
Okay.
I've never had chow chow before until this season.
Okay, right on.
Wow.
My wife and I both ate chow chow. You did one or two dishes with it, and we had it both times. We spoke about how great it was. So we went to the Cotton Fair in Gay, Georgia, a few weeks ago, and walking in. One of the first booths we went to, they had a bunch of sauces and stuff like that, and they had chow chow. My wife was like, "Ooh, let's get some." And we killed that jar in like a week and a half. It was so good.
Goes by so quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you basically you introduced us to a food that we had never had before, and through going to games and having that on a couple of dishes, we became a fan of chow chow. So you definitely you influenced the palates of fans as well.
No, I appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's good stuff. You put it on shoe leather if you ask me.
Yeah.
I like it on hot dogs. That's if I eat hot dogs, I'm like, do you have any chow chow? That would be good.
Yeah.
The first thing when we brought the jar home, the first thing we did was we got chicken apple sausages, and I grilled them, threw them on some hot buns, and put the chow chow on top of it, and it was really good. So,
now you're talking. That's banging, right? Yeah, that's good. That's good right there for sure. And we used to do that with peach chutney, a chicken sausage over herb potatoes. Unfortunately, I can't find that good chicken sausage any longer, but that's two flavors, definitely fruit and some game. I'm all about that. All about that for sure. It'd be fun to bring in some duck and some duck tacos with some cracklings and whatnot. But who knows? I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of fun next year. It's all. But there's a lot of us working behind the scenes on collaborating and making sure that we've answered all the questions this year when we open up the doors next year, so everybody can kind of have a good smorgasbord and just something for everyone. Just something for everyone, as opposed to so savory, right? Nothing. They don't have to be always so savory so it's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
Awesome. I'm very excited to see what you come with. Chef, as someone who's worked in the restaurant business for several years, I know there can be several challenges that arise on very busy nights. What is the biggest challenge for you and your staff on a packed game day?
It is the toughest part really is when we have just someone unexpectedly calls out or doesn't show, or can't get here till a certain time. I understand things happen, but when we're already running short staff anyway, right? It's then the work falls on somebody, and it usually falls on me or concessions but it's it's got to be done regardless. And then when we're already behind the 8 ball, because everything there has to operate on logistics. When this has to be ready at a certain time, regardless.
Mhm.
Y has to be ready at a certain time, regardless. Things have to be ready to go at a certain time, regardless.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So, it's like, oh, so and so lopped off of, something. The whole thing is that, they're not going to be in today. So now what?
Right.
So we still got that execution still has to go off regardless.
Right. I worked at the Garlic Clove in Columbus many, many years ago, and it was basically considered a fine dining restaurant. It was kind of a Mediterranean Italian fusion place. And we didn't have that many employees. So everybody every day played a critical role. Even way before we opened, there were some of the wait staff, which is what I did. We had to come in and help make stuff, so
Right.
I totally understand when you get that call out and things do happen. People get sick, kids get sick, people getting wrecked, tires, whatever. Things happen, but you're right. It does. It falls on somebody to take on an extra step. And like you said, it usually fell on the chef or the two cooks, to do a lot of different things when their focus was getting ready for the main entrees.
Yeah. And that's one of our toughest things. I mean, we've found some good people this year to work with, and we really forged some good relationships in the community this year. I'm looking for some returning next year, and therefore have a better sense of execution, better sense of idea, better sense of really what's expected as a whole team, right? And then and that's it's tough when that does happen. When we got a full house and next thing you know, X calls out for concessions or picnics or main kitchen or something like that, it puts a kink in the whole operation, right? Because everybody's role is vital. Even and you may have like what's the most minuscule role to a person, but they don't understand how vital that role is to the whole operation. That once you're not there to fill that role, then you created a ripple effect.
Right, because that particular thing is going to happen regardless, and somebody else
has to go down regardless. Correct. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That has to go down. It has to get done. It doesn't matter how it gets done. Now it's got to get done regardless.
Yeah.
Right. So those are the challenges, but I think we make it happen without drawing too much attention to the things that are, giving us a fit. Possibly, who knows? I mean, but I think I like those situations too, right? That's I mean, it's just I think it's part of being in the kitchen, just being a chef or being in the food and beverage, right? When you're in the food and beverage, that's kind of like where you thrive in those situations where, okay, and we don't. What's that? I'm sorry.
You thrive in crunch time. That separates the good chefs from the great chefs. Is how you handle that little piece of adversity.
Right. I think well, that comes from having such a great team around us too, right?
Yeah.
We've got great support, food and beverage all around. Even from the front of the house, ops to the stadium ops. I mean, as a whole unit, everybody operates very well together. So that's a big accolade to what's come for next year, right? Since we really figured out how things are going to operate between us and how it's going to trickle down to our employees and out to the customers.
No.
So, Chef, what's the craziest, most unique stadium food that you've heard of or seen? And what crazy idea do you have tucked away that, maybe you want to make in the future?
All right. So, have you ever heard of beef tendon Cheetos?
Beef tendon Cheetos. Wow.
Yeah. So take take beef tendons and you sous vide them, and then you'll dehydrate them and boil them and dehydrate them, and just keep working it. That's one of the things it'd be fun to do, right? It's done it a few times. It takes a long time. It's nothing that we can make mass of.
Yeah,
Right.
It's too much work.
Is that kind of the beef tendon cousin to pork tendons?
That's exactly what it is. The beef tendons.
Yeah. Sounds very interesting.
I'm going to have to lobby for that to maybe make an appearance at the park.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we might embark on something like that. It'd be pretty fun. If they're good, you would never know, really. Never know.
Our special guest joined us, and he's off stage, and he may have just wiped some drool away from his chin. We're going to bring him on here shortly, but
all right.
He appears to be very, very interested in that as a dish.
Yeah, pretty fun. And then duck is my favorite protein.
Mm-hmm.
Duck, anything duck. That's my favorite protein to mess with. That's my favorite. Like when I mentioned my restaurant, it was what I had in the fryer was duck fat, and it was actually called One Blue Duck. But I would change the menu every day for 3.5 years, and duck was always a center plate, and whether it was duck confit, battling a duck breast, or a duck confit gyro, barbecue duck burger, duck tacos. It's just such a useful bird.
It is, man.
Bird.
It has a very complex flavor profile to be a base, and you can just build on it.
Oh yeah. And then they use the fat for cracklings. Oh yeah, it's good. I like it.
Yeah. Jeff, what was your personal favorite food item that was available at the stadium in 2025, and will you be bringing it back in 2026?
Dang it. No. No. Yes, and no. We're going to bring back. We're going to bring them back. We're going to bring back. I don't, but my personal one, I don't know, guys.
The brisket chose. That was my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are coming back.
I can't imagine the amount of time it took you to prepare those, from just cooking the brisket to the pork skins.
Those are coming back in a manner that's very similar.
Okay.
Very similar. In a rotation. And then some Gret cold. My favorite, I like messing with the pizzas just because they're just fun, right? It's simple.
Yeah.
It keeps it simple. It's fun. It's easy for our great ladies to execute in pizza. Our workers in there are awesome. Yeah.
So good.
And the burgers are always good too, but I like, I just wish we could cook them to order as opposed to, well done, but we can't.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. I wouldn't mind seeing just like a few more outrageous items and a few more like, kind of like maybe even higher end, like, and a few more budget friendly items.
Yeah.
We're going to have a lot of fun, guys. There's the wheels have been turning in the warehouses, when we're all just sitting around and talking about how the day was and reading some reviews and we just all kind of brainstorm together and collectively as just then it's up to me to create the vision and the final product, right? To meet and supersede their flavor, because we're all going to do a taste run on it before we put it out.
Mm-hmm.
We may do it the day of, but we're going to do it to make sure that the flavor profiles are there. It's nothing basic. Even though it is basic, it may taste a little bit better than just the basic one you had before, right?
Yeah.
Or another one you had before. So the brisket show. Yeah, that's coming back next year. That sausage, we're going to change some things up. I'm just not sure how yet because, like I said, we still, the nachos. See,
sausage.
they're all. I mean, and people love that helmet full of nachos too. I know it's a lot.
Oh yeah.
And there's the foot long, right? With the chow, that was the chow chow, pimento cheese, and the shishito peppers.
Yes.
So,
and that was a good dish.
I personally think anything that kind of belongs in a bowl is perfect in that helmet because that helmet kind of sells it too,
Right.
And
right.
Based on some of the things you said, I kind of feel like that we're going to be able to expect a few menu items that you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe you can get this at a ballpark,
Yeah, that's the whole that's our goal. Yes, sir. No, it's such a great. It really is. I want it to be known for more than just a great park and a great setting and a great team and a great atmosphere and environment. We want it to have outstanding food that supersedes any rival ballpark. Right? I mean that's my goal. Right? And I think that's the whole goal of our food and beverage team behind the scenes as well, from my GM to our banquet manager to our concessions manager. Collectively, that's our whole goal is to make sure that we deliver that type of experience. And that's a lot depends on. I'm sorry.
That's a great segue into the next question. Go ahead and finish.
Oh no, and that really, hopefully we have the right people returning next year, and we also can build on the ones who actually join us next season going into that to make this happen, to make it happen. Right.
Sure. Yeah. And my next question was, I wanted you to just talk a little bit about your team. I know Alex Lilly is a big part of your team, and she helps you a ton. But just talk about the people behind the scenes that help you feed the masses at Synovus Park. How many people you have helping on game nights, and take this opportunity to just shout those out behind the scenes, but make it possible to offer the top tier food and service at every game.
Yeah, no. Elizabeth Blakely handles the suites and picnic areas and club level to make sure that they're. And Suites has menus that they do day of orders on a limited basis, but they also order prior to that. We're going to be changing up those menus as well and be more custom to what we've gotten a feedback from over the course of the season from the suite and club members, right? So all that's going to be in just some things are probably going to remain. But at the same time, everything is changing. Everything's evolving to become more custom to what we have witnessed and seen here, the experience. And that's where all the feedback comes from because everybody's so hands-on. Alex is hands-on, like I was saying, Elizabeth, Elijah. So we hear the feedback. We hear the good, we hear the bad, right? And we take it and we listen to it and we're applying it, and we're applying it to every situation that we can think of that keeps us within, parameters of operating for OB Group, DBH, and our customers. What's going to So a normal day, we've got, man, in the kitchen sometimes before it was just me for a while. And then we have the concession cooks come in at a later time. And so they come in around 2, maybe sometimes 11, depending on our workload. But then I also have my sweet cook who heads up the sweetened club, Tavon. He comes in a little early and then leaves about 8:30. And picnic is run by Chris. He'll come in around 9 and leave around 5:30. But every one of those, and that's just it for us. Sorry, Hatfield. Sorry, guys. And so that's just it for us. And then me is usually, maybe 7 in the morning till 12 at night. If not a little earlier, if not maybe a little later. I do get a reprieve a couple of nights a week. On Sunday, I get there at 6 in the morning. But on Saturday, I got someone that closes for me, so I get to leave a little bit early on Saturday now. But yeah, so it's and that's what happens. So if someone doesn't show up for concessions or that morning for picnic or that morning for, then that just compounds everything that I have to put on throughout the whole day. Right. So to have the people that are seasoned, that are professionals, pardon me, that want to learn and grow and be part of something that's wonderful, then I think it's great. That's who we're looking for. If y'all know any people.
Yeah.
Chef, it's not a big secret that Fuzzy is not a fan of peachy food items, but Ricky and I both love peach-based foods, as do most others. Are there any plans to incorporate more peach-inspired foods at the stadium in 2026?
Well, we're not going to get rid of them. We're going to actually build on them for sure. There's some
good news.
There's some things coming. The helmets. The helmets are. We just got to, and that's just it. We got the ideas. We hear the wants, the concerns, the needs, the ideas as well. And I hope we have the right people to fulfill these obligations, because we want to execute it. We want to. Mm-hmm. We want to execute the good, the bad, the fun. This stuff, fun stuff, and as long as we can execute it, we're going to continue to do it.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we're gonna grow some items. Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm gonna wrap this main part of our interview before we get to the fan questions with more of a suggestion, not a question. And I think I see the wheels turning a little bit already, but I want to hear your thoughts on it. Those mini helmets, they're a staple at every baseball stadium. There are people that have made entire collections of mini helmets from road trips. Usually those are filled with ice cream, but what if you took one of those mini helmets and you put some warm peach cobbler in it, then you add a scoop of, say, like vanilla or cinnamon butter pecan ice cream, and you've got peach cobbler a la mode, right? In a Clingstones mini helmet. I think you wouldn't be able to keep those things available. As a bonus, we've kind of come up with a name for it. You can call it the Stoner Sundae.
I like it. No, we are. I would definitely pass that name on to Miss Alex, for sure. And there are. I wish I could. I really do, guys. I wish I could elaborate on that, on all the items that we're talking about. I just don't want anybody to have egg on their face if it doesn't happen.
I got you.
But,
Hey, I'm personally enjoying the suspense. So,
but we are. I mean, I personally I've set a goal for next year, and we're going to see it through. I think, and I've expressed that, and I know everybody else is on board for making it the best that we can make it. Period. And just having some options and for everything, from the price point to execution to value perceived in the plate, it's all going to be there.
Awesome.
No, I don't think any detrimental changes are coming, but a lot of positive changes are coming. And we're just building on our foundation from this past year, which is, it's been a learning curve for everybody in here. So we're grateful for it all.
Well, Chef, chefs, everybody watches Hell's Kitchen. They see the way Gordon Ramsay screams and hollers at employees. And, I think there's probably only two people that really scare chefs. And that's the health inspector, right? You hate to see those guys coming. And the next is a food critic. So we brought on our resident food critic. So don't run away. You gotta
I thought I was about to get out of here. I thought you were about to give me the exit stage left. I thought he'd already.
So welcome to Stonercast, Murdog of Murdog Eats.
Chef Matt,
Yes,
how are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, Mr. Murdog?
I'm good, sir. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to be seen.
Murdog.
Murdog made a name for himself this season, reviewing the food items at Synovus Park, and he was usually the first in line to get whatever specialty burger or specialty item you had for a certain game, and I think he gave really good reviews. I don't think there was really anything that he tore up or tore down, but
no.
Murdog, go ahead.
I don't think it was.
Ricky, you chastised me because of the chili dog. I'm from California, so I wanted pepper jack, and you're saying we're not Californians. We don't put pepper jack on our chili.
That's right, buddy.
However, I got a question for you, Chef Matt.
Yes, sir.
When you're deciding your hamburgers and your pizzas, which one do you have more fun with, and why?
There's two. Okay, there's two right answers here coming from me. I like the pizza because it's simple. Anyone can execute it. Right? It's burgers. I like them because you can get more. It takes a lot to think about outside the box more, I think, than it would just a flatbread or pizza, correct? So the challenge there is a little bit more fun. But with the right people, let's do some crazy burgers too. Let's
Here, I'm right there with.
Let's just get crazy with the cheese whiz while we can. And that's the plan. That's the whole plan. This next year is it's going to be a lot. Like right now, I know it's going to be a lot on us to how we structure it. But it's look for a lot of fun in both those areas.
Absolutely.
Pizza and burgers.
Absolutely. I'm kind of like Ricky and Dave. I've developed a love-hate relationship with Fuzzy, so I definitely want to see more peach stuff just to keep that rivalry going.
Right.
However, I got another question for you.
Okay.
When you found out that I became a food critic for Synovus Park, what was your first thoughts?
Well, I think we met with. I think I went and met with Alex and Elijah. Was like, who is this guy?
Mm-mm.
I was like, who is this? I was like, I'm not sure if we'd met yet or not. We may have met once or twice in passing. I'm not sure. I was like, okay, well, no, I was like, okay, cool. Hopefully, right on. Hopefully. I mean, I appreciate it. I didn't know anything about your background as being an umpire, right? So I'm like, okay, so this makes it even more because he's tasted ballpark food. He knows it can't be cooked. He knows we're not doing independent orders, cook to order orders.
Right.
And I used to live in California. He's lived in California. Maybe we find some common ground and rub some elbows and
Do not put pepper jack cheese on a scrambled dog ever.
If you can somehow bring In-N-Out to Synovus Park, promise you will have my heart and soul.
I am from the South, but I was stationed in California when I was in the Navy, and I had plenty of In-N-Out burger. It was absolutely great.
Yeah, great burger. No, I used to live in Lake Tahoe, and we didn't have In-N-Out there. We had to go south. We had to go way south down towards San Fran, that area. But they're delicious, Sacramento. But no, I was like, okay, well, great. I welcome it. I want a food critic at the ballpark. We, good, bad, and ugly. I think that's the only way a lot of us can grow.
Yeah.
We can't. We're not going to grow here in the good all the time, or I can appreciate honesty.
Yeah. Hey, as far as the burgers go, you can get really creative with those. Do a lot of peach stuff with them, like Murdoch was saying, and I love peach stuff. But you can do like an Elvis burger with homemade peanut butter.
Yeah,
believe it or not, those things are wildly crazy, popular around where I live.
Yeah, we're gonna peach, and again, execution. That's our biggest. That's our biggest thing. We don't want people waiting in the long lines to get something that should be 1, 2, 3 easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want. I don't want to get hung up in those situations because then we're not doing what we said we were going to do, and that's be able to execute, take care of the customer, so they can take care of and go see the game and enjoy the field and everything else. So, but yes, go ahead. I didn't mean to get us off track, guys. I'm good at getting off track. So
you're good. Stonercast listeners, you can find Murdoch Eats and his reviews on Facebook. Search Murdoch, MURRDAWG Eats, and you'll enjoy his content. He was vigilant this year. He I think tried every single specialty item that was there.
For sure. He was definitely religious.
I think he missed one specialty item, and he reached out to me to ask me to review it for him. Do you remember what that was, Murdoch?
I don't even remember. It was probably around Father's Day because I was in Pennsylvania that day.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there, and I had to eat it and kind of let him know what I was thinking on it. But again,
wasn't it the hot dog?
No, he had the hot dog. He had the hot dog because that was Memorial Day, I think, or the day before Memorial Day, or July 4th. I think it was before July 4th. So he had that.
I was there July 4th, and it was right.
I know it was a torrential down.
The only Saturday that I missed was Father's Day weekend because I was up in Pennsylvania teaching wounded veterans how to become umpires. Okay. So whatever was around Father's Day.
So Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was. He did have the foot long though with the pimento cheese and stuff because you had two special. You had the foot long and something else for that July 4th weekend. I can't remember exactly what it was, but
I don't remember the schedule either, but I remember I enjoyed all the food.
yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So
and then there were some people that said, "Hey, I only come to get your recommendations on the food that we need to eat." So hopefully I helped you out a little bit.
Always helping us out. You know, I mean, the reviews are good. They're honest, right? I mean, they're honest. I can't complain about honesty. No matter what it says, if it's honest, it's honest, right?
Right.
That's right.
And they've been more than fair and good, and I look forward to reading the old reviews next season. I can't wait. I look forward to it. I really do.
I will be back.
All right, folks. Well, y'all go and follow Murdog on Murdog Eats on Facebook, so you can see his reviews. Murdog, we will talk to you again really soon. Thanks for joining us today.
No worries. Have a great day.
Have a great day.
See you, Murdog.
All right. So, wasn't too bad.
No. Yeah,
we're going to
get back to food critics for sure.
We're going to get back into our fans' questions, and the first one was submitted by actually an employee, a fellow coworker at Synovus Park with you. It's Director of Field Operations, Brennan Seaver, and he said, "How many of the products you use are made in-house versus being purchased from a distributor?"
Oh, okay, yeah. So, minus the packets that you get out in the concourse, I'm about 90% in-house from scratch.
Awesome. Wow. That's really cool to know.
Like any of the specialty sauces, the sandwiches, anything that contains anything specialty wise is going to be made from scratch. That's I think that was one of my talking points with Miss Alex and Chef Tim when I was going through the interview process, and I'm big on that. I prefer that, you know. Some things, yeah. Like, can I buy 3 diced tomatoes? I can.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody got us to do and cut them, but we're making the sauces. We're just so I'm at 90%, 85-90% is made in house from scratch.
And it would be nearly impossible for you to make a mustard or a ketchup to have available for every single game for people to slather on a hot dog or a hamburger or whatever.
Right. That would be a little daunting. Now, as far as a specialty burger, I make 30 of this, 30 of that. That's a feasible number, right?
Yeah,
I can make 30 to 60 portions of ketchup, of a specialty ketchup or specialty mustard.
Right.
That's very feasible. But day in and day out, repetitive to every station, every hot dog or hamburger that we sell, that would be a little bit much for sure.
Gotcha. So our next fan question comes from Patricia Fisher. She's another employee. She's an usher at Synovus Park. And she had 3 questions that she submitted.
Okay.
Patricia's gluten and red meat allergic. So her questions revolve around some things at the ballpark that you could possibly do that she can eat. Can you offer food options that include gluten-free, like chicken? Shredded chicken would be amazing, she said.
Yeah. So again, this year was thank you to everyone who bared with us during our inaugural run, right? And through discussing things with Miss Alex, Elijah, and Elizabeth about certain dietary needs or restrictions, I think our overall accommodation, looking at it through the outside in, is evolving through all these questions for sure. That makes
Yeah, it makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah, it's good. She did point out that she had enjoyed the chicken nachos, but the next part of her question is the portion was really huge and she couldn't actually finish them all.
Right.
Are smaller
Okay, yeah.
are smaller portions something you would ever consider offering in the future? Maybe a
Right.
jumbo
No, I
or
think
medium.
I think that's definitely an option for sure. And whether it's feasible in the helmet, I don't think it would be, only because and it may be, but once you, I mean, that's a full size helmet, so maybe in a smaller vessel that could be achieved, because I wouldn't want someone ask for half a portion and they look in the helmet and it's not really covering up half the helmet. You see what I'm, there's a value perceived, there's a
It looks
perceived
like
value that we have to be mindful of. Right. So, yeah, I don't foresee that ever being an option about, but I don't know. I mean, can we offer that? Can that be something? Sure. I mean, that's definitely something to look into, along with, vegan small portions. We're going to have some different options in the grab and go sections as well that are going to be cold, right?
Mhm.
And so it's
Yeah, you don't need to say anymore. You don't need to say anymore.
Right.
Just Tricia, know that they hear your concerns and they are addressing them as best that they can. And be sure to check the concession stands out on opening night 2026.
Absolutely. And then if there's something that that's definitely a an allergy somewhere along the lines, and in any of our guests, and they need to bring that to our attention, then track us down. We're always available to find out. I mean, that's a big concern for us, and we want to make sure that everybody is taken care of in that aspect. If we can do it, we will, for sure.
Right. So in the third part of her third question that she submitted has kind of already been answered. It was who creates the ideas behind the specialty items. And that's all Chef Matt. Chef Matt is the brain trust behind the specialty food items.
Yeah. So that's no, and I'll discuss it with my team. I mean, I will discuss it. I'll throw up the ideas and which direction that they want to head, which direction they feel comfortable heading with any of these specialty items, and I'll rattle off a few items. That way we don't overwhelm ourselves. We'll try a couple, or save this for next year, save this for next time, save this for down the road. Let's go ahead and do this since we got more of this. So it all works out. But yeah, overall, the end all be all on the recipe is me. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right. And this question was submitted via email from Kelly Austin. And she's asked the question that's been mentioned many times throughout this season. Why aren't fountain drinks offered at Synovus Park? I would love the option to buy a souvenir cup filled with ice and Coke, because the bottled drinks get warmed quickly during those hot games. Also, I love the different pizza you guys offered this season. Have you ever thought of doing a cheesesteak pizza?
Yes, we have. And that's one of those items as well, to where, do we want to put it in a hoagie roll? Do we want to put it in egg rolls? Do we want to put it on a pizza? So, yes, there will be.
You mentioned Philly cheesesteak egg rolls?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of things going on. We're going to have some fun with.
Gotcha.
See, we got fountain drinks. Okay, so let's.
And that question has literally been asked and asked and asked all season on the two fan pages, the Clingstones fan page and the Stoner fan page. It's something that people have harped on.
I don't know how to answer that without, and I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot in the dark. All right. So the concessions in the stadium are set up for grab and go.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, do we have the ability to set up an ice station, scoop? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's any way for us
to also to offer that in a cart because you have to run lines for CO2 and every other component of the drink station.
Right. Now you're talking about a whole nother ice and a whole nother 2 to 3 ice bins alone.
Mm-hmm.
Just to feed ice to fountains. Then, I mean, I have no idea.
And that's a little out of the food realm. So it's maybe you're not the best person to ask that question to.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Right. No, and that's it. I mean, I wish I could answer that. I don't know. And yeah, I really don't know. I like a good fountain soda myself. Right. But that's some good ice, But it's I'm sorry. I wish I had an answer.
Hey, yeah, you're good. You're good. And that's maybe a question that we'll reserve for, maybe we'll get to talk to Alex at some point and we can ask
her. Yeah, I think so.
The final thing. Go ahead, Dave.
I've actually brainstormed a couple of ideas in that area. I don't know if they'd be able to do it or not, but maybe those bag coolers, let people bring in ice in those bag coolers, and that'll help in that without having you guys to invest a bunch of money into figuring out how to serve fountain drinks.
Yeah, that or either find a way to sell frozen water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I don't. Go ahead.
Our last question was submitted by Josh Weems via email. If there were no restrictions on ingredients and pricing, what is one item you would love to make to serve at games? And what is one dish you feel would work at any ballpark in any city?
Great question.
Ooh.
I bet it's something.
All right. Go ahead.
I bet you'd love to serve duck at some games.
Oh, I would love to. I really would. But if the price wasn't an option, and I couldn't do a la carte steaks, which I would love to do.
Mm-hmm.
But of course we could. Let's go with prime rib and duck.
There we go.
Let's go duck breast and let's go prime rib. It's always I don't think you can go wrong with it. And that's just doing. I mean, you can have it done wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's done right, I don't think you can go wrong with it.
Right. So what's one dish that you feel could be made and served at any ballpark in America and be loved?
Oh, barbecue duck tacos, a barbecue duck burger with chicharrones and wasabi coleslaw.
Oof. That sounds good.
Maybe even some collard green kimchi. I don't know. Just just going off the rip right there, I'd go with ballpark, just fun food, barbecue duck tacos, barbecue duck burger with, wasabi slaw or some type of collard green kimchi. And
Oh, man, that sounds really good. So
little fresh jalapeno on there and some cilantro, and you think you'd be in business.
Man.
all right. Well, thank you everyone for submitting your fan questions for Chef Matt. And
Thank you.
we announced these in advance on social media, and you can email them to us at thestonercastshow@gmail.com. You can comment on any of the social media posts for our next guest. We usually try to give about a week advance notice of who our guest is going to be so that those can be submitted. So keep them coming, folks. We appreciate them. All right, Chef, this is our lightning round. This is our semi-famous lightning round. We're going to hit you with some quick questions to get quick answers.
Right.
1 word, 2 words, 3 words. Just, this is designed to put you on the spot. Adds a little value to the show as we get raw thoughts. Chef, you've got a kitchen stocked with everything you need to cook any meal, but you can only choose one spice to use. Which spice are you picking?
Saffron.
There we go.
I knew you were going to say that. I did.
Did you know?
Yes, I did. I've been thinking about saffron for 5 minutes.
All right. This question is going to apply to every day that you walk in the kitchen and you tie your apron on. Pick a walk-up song for you to play every day when you walk in the kitchen. What's going to pump you up to make the best meals, the best food each day?
I'm pretty laid back. I like a lot of jam bands and whatnot. So, but there are times when I get in that kitchen, I need to hear some get down for sure.
Walk up.
I like some 80s. I like some grunge, some 80s grunge, like some old 80s punk, some early 90s grunge. Chris Cornell, Audio Slave.
There you go.
I like Tool. There's Metallica. I like and it even goes off the charts. I'm a big Widespread Panic fan. Matter of fact, I think I'm supposed to be going next weekend to see them at Halloween. Let's see, you got Otis. Even Otis Redding, man. It's just I like and that's what I like about the kitchen. Is it's kind of a freedom of expression too in your art form, and gives you a chance to just really just dive into some different things and different venues and different worldly experiences for everybody. So
You would want your song to change based on your mood, right?
Yeah. On what I've got to based on my workload, on what I've got to get done. If I've got to push a dinner out for 300 to 500 people, we're going to go ahead and get some heavy stuff going. Yeah, and just go ahead and get after it and get down and just we're just going to get it done. It don't matter, right? It doesn't matter. It's got to get done. It's going to get done. We're going to handle it.
I think somewhere in that playlist you have to have Peaches by President of the United States of America.
Well, I hear that when I walk outside every now and then in the stadium. So we let and then there are other times when it's just when you're sitting there, pulling some redundancy stuff, you can put on something a little bit slower, a little bit more mellow, and a little bit easier to jam out to, for a bit longevity to it.
So build us a perfect Chef Matt ballpark hot dog. What toppings are you piling on top of the dog?
Oh Lord. All right. First of all, we're going to score. Is it back familiar with scoring? We score the hot dog to give it a diamond pattern in the cut, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go 45-degree angle one way, 45-degree angle the other way, and that'll give you a score pattern.
Okay.
So we're going to score the hot dog, right? We're going to deep fry this thing, man. There's no other way around it. We're going to deep fry the hot dog. We're going to use Chef Matt's homemade horseradish and chipotle pimento cheese.
Boom.
Then we're going to do chow chow,
Okay.
bacon,
Sounds
maybe
incredible.
some cream fresh, and a little caviar.
Oh, nice.
Very interesting. That sounds like a really, really good hot dog.
It does.
What's your favorite thing to cook at home that isn't ballpark food?
Oh dear God, man! I don't cook at home.
You don't
I don't blame you.
eat out a lot.
I eat out too much. No, I do and I don't. I rarely. I mean, I eat like once a day. That's what I can get down. Just being in the industry, I'm always tasting something, so I'm never really able. I've never been able to really sit down and eat because we're always having to do stuff anyway, right?
Right.
But so I just force myself to sit down, eat once a day, possibly, maybe twice a day. But if I'm at home now, if I'm having a dinner party or I'm having company over, yeah, I'll cook. That's my honor to cook, right? I want my guests to get fed, right?
Right.
But it's I'm good with just like I'm just good making a sandwich, honestly.
I hear you.
Honestly, just
All right.
simple. Go ahead.
2 more questions for you. What is one kitchen tool you absolutely cannot live without?
Oh, that's the only knife I ever use. It's a Chinese cleaver. It's 4-inch by 8-inch blade. I use it with for any cutting skill, whatever. It's hands down my go-to knife is a authentic Chinese cleaver with a 4-inch by 8-inch blade.
Nice.
Definitely,
All right.
yeah. Get down.
Last one. This one's going to be another tough one for you, I think. Fried Oreos, fried PB&J sandwiches, fried cheesecake, even fried candy bars are available and all the rage at like state fairs and stuff. Pick one junk food item to deep fry and tell us how you'd serve it.
Oh man, those have already been done. So do we want to do the same thing or we want to do something different, right?
Yeah.
Let's do deep fried honey buns over roasted bourbon peaches.
Oh,
With some
really good.
butter pecan and creme brulee ice cream.
There you go. Now you're talking.
That was amazing.
How about that? That'd be okay for now?
And this is being recorded, and I'm gonna clip that one portion. I'm gonna send it to you so that you don't forget what you just said.
No, that's I just thought of that, guys. I'm just kind of
Sounds like a really, really good recipe.
We could probably build on that and do something crazy. Like I said, we want to get crazy with the cheese whiz this year, guys. I'm sorry about the light up there.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So, Chef, that's all we got for you today, man. Thank you so much for coming on with us. And you've been a wealth of information. I think that people are definitely going to be really hungry when they watch this and listen to this episode. I know I am.
Definitely.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me, and I appreciate all the fans, just really being so supportive of all of us as a whole team this year and a unit. So we look forward to serving everyone next year for sure and seeing more familiar faces and more people, and we're there to accommodate any special needs or something someone may have or request. If we can, we will, and we appreciate it very much. I look forward to seeing y'all next year, guys.
Awesome.
Look forward to it too, man. Can't wait to
And
see
if
what
you see Chef Matt in the stadium next year, say, "Hey, Chef Matt, I heard your podcast interview on Stonercast." Let him know you heard him here, and he is always available. He loves to take a minute to greet you and talk to you. At
Absolutely.
The stadium. And
Absolutely.
I'm sure some of you armchair chefs can throw your recipe ideas at him, and he can let you know what he'd want to try.
Absolutely. We'd love to just say hello, guys. Just say hello. That's all we got to do, and we go from there.
All right, Chef. Thank you so much for joining us on Stonercast, and we will talk to you again soon.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great day.
You
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you now.
Dave, man, another incredible interview. Chef Matt is super creative. I think his fried honey buns over bourbon roasted pizza just made my mouth water a little bit. So.
Dude, I am absolutely starving right now.
So again, guys, like, subscribe, and share. Look down there. Press those buttons.
Please
that helps that helps motivate us. It really keeps us driven to bring you these episodes. And thank you again for tuning in on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple playlist. Hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, pull us up on your TV. Use that YouTube app on your Roku, your smart device, TV, and just turn it on and watch it. Watch it while you're preparing dinner. Watch it before your favorite show comes on, whatever. It makes it a lot easier to enjoy when you're watching it. So that's it for me, Dave. I appreciate you, as always, for showing up, being on time, and having your questions, some great questions ready for our guest. And, I don't think there's anything else left to say, but go Stones.
Go Stones.
Thanks for tuning in to Stonercast, your inside look into Columbus Clingstones baseball. Please like, subscribe, and share to stay connected as we bring you closer to the Stones.